In 2024, no, that sounds weird. In 2024, I got 112 platinums, which is just under one every 3 days.
Oh god.
That sounds like a lot. Like
A lot?
Yeah, it is. I know, but somehow I actually got more the year prior. But this isn't a history lesson anyway, so I'm not going to go that far back. I just love platinums, alright? Don't judge me. Look, yeah, I can see how it might look a tiny bit obsessive, but, like, just shut up, okay? I like plats so much that I'm gonna make, like, a billion with a B. B-I-L-L-Y-O-N.
Billion. B-I-L-L-I-O-N.
Videos on them. So, you know, subscribe for them, yeah? I make them funny and stuff. But you might be thinking how many of those are cheap hack plats, and it's somewhere in the ballpark of...
Some, not a lot.
Because I just plat games that I think I'm going to enjoy, as any sane person would do. Well, is it sane to plat 112 games in a year? Maybe not. Maybe it's insane. You like that one? God, I need to go back and get the other 2 plats in that trilogy. But I need the will to live to be able to do that. So, what sort of games and series was I platting in 2024? Great question of you to ask. Thank you so much. These sort of games. Yeah, that's actually the 112 games. And no, I didn't do it myself one by one. There's a website. There's always a website. The games can generally be categorized into a few different, well, categories. Proper games, like AAA, AA. Hey! Platformers, puzzle games, simulator games, indie games, and then the rest of the crap, like the ones you probably judge me for, which, like, fair. I don't really care because I enjoyed them, but I can see why you judge those types of games. I actually started the year pretty strong with 4 plats I got with my fiance. We Were Here Forever and We Were Here Expeditions, The Friendship. Yeah, it's one of those cheesy names, like, because you ride in a ship. Ha 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 ha! So funny. But yeah, we had platted the other We Were Here games, which I really do recommend if you have a buddy to fall out with. I mean, enjoy a nice relaxing co-op journey with. There was also some of the aforementioned crap around these, but the clock is ticking and they're not as interesting. Just in case people are interested though, the We Were Here games are effectively like escape rooms, but you're playing with a co-op partner, and for some of it you may be separated into different rooms with walkie-talkies. You know, you need to describe the puzzles, yada yada yada. It's fun. Basically, if you like escape rooms and puzzles like moi, you will enjoy the game. Once I'd had my fill of the lesser plats, I then decided to go for Alan Wake Remastered Platinum. Twice. You can actually cheese it though using PS4 to PS5 save transfer. Yes, I'm one of those scumbags too. I'm sorry, Santa Claus isn't real either, just to ruin everyone's day. I'm joking, by the way. Santa definitely is real. I saw him in Tesco the other day getting some milk for Crasher and Flasher, and I don't know, are these even names? I don't know. But yeah, back to Alan Wake plat. This is one of those juicy, and by juicy I mean really fucking annoying, plats where there are collectibles and they don't all carry over when replaying, so you gotta get them all in one go, with a guide. If you miss any, you lose 10 hours of your life. Why do I chase plats again? There is a trophy for completing on hard too, but ironically it's not that hard. If you collect most of the stashes, you get plenty of ammo and so on. I'm sure Alan could just write an RPG into the story, but he must have writer's block or something, I don't know. Trailmakers was such a fun and creative platinum. You basically make vehicles using parts you find around the map. The more you find, the larger and more complex the vehicle can be. I had such a fun time with this one, even doing it twice again. You know what they say, right? Third time's the charm? What do you mean it doesn't apply? Ellie! Spores. I got to play as my mummy gal Abby once again by playing The Last of Us Part 2, the sequel to Part 1, the remake, remastered for PS5 Part 5. I actually don't care about the remasters, remake stuff. By the way, I get another plat, I'm a happy boy, and as I said, Abby is my mummy, she's so big and strong, I want to be like her when I grow up. I definitely don't condone her giving Joel the double bogey, but I do genuinely love Abby's character, and I can really see Ellie and Abby being besties in Part 3, the remake of the prequel, sequel, remastered. Is that joke dead, or, like... It was such a blast going for this plat again. I even tried getting all the trophies in the no return mode, but on the last mission on Grounded, Abby got mauled by clickers, which I think most of you would probably love to see, to be fair, so maybe it was for the best. I then got a few escape room platinums in a series called Escape Rooms, I think. The games were Tested on Humans, Escape Room, Regular Factory, Escape Room, Palindrome Syndrome, Escape Room, Wizardry School, Escape Room. Yes, they all had Escape Room in the name, after the main name, and yes, I did need to include it. Pretty simple plats for these games, you just played the games. They weren't the most creative escape rooms, but, you know, they were decent. There's not that many escape room games out there on the PlayStation Store, at least. There's probably more on Steam. 6 out of 10 would Escape Room again. Oh, Wobbly Life. Oh yeah, that game took over our lives for a few weeks back in 2024. It's like Human Fall Flat or Gang Beasts type characters, you know, like wobbly characters with the ability to grab with each hand using the triggers. Apart from the 500 crashes and issues with my fiance and cousin, separate people, by the way, I just wanted to clarify that before you accuse me of being born and raised in Alabama. I'm British, damn it! But yeah, the issues with them joining and whatnot, if you can get over all that, the game is super duper Koopa Trooper lemon pooper fun. The goal generally just to make money, to buy clothes, cars, and then even houses. Yeah, you get to buy houses in this game! It's even better than life because you can actually buy a house! By doing jobs. Oh yeah, okay, so maybe it's not better than real life. The jobs are fun though, and all the jank and bugs and all that good stuff, that's a sign of a bad game usually. It just makes it more funny. So yeah, give it a go if you have friends. If you don't worry, neither do I, to be honest. Like, it's just my family. Tinykin is not only the nickname I give to my PP, but it's also a super fun, innovative and beautifully crafted platformer. As the name suggests, you have tiny buddies that aid you as you progress through parts of a house, going room to room to find more pieces for a rocket ship to escape or something. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to the story, but the gameplay was top notch. These friendlies of yours have abilities, so ones can lift stuff up, you know, they're super strong, they drink protein shakes and work out with Abby. Others can make a tower for you to climb to reach higher places, and so on. Super fun and unique game. My only gripe with it is around the trophies, and you're going to sit here and take it because it's a Platts video, so yeah. Basically, it's collectibles. There you go. The collectibles are a pain. In each room, you must collect these like popcorn looking ass, goo ass, stuff ass that isn't trackable and can literally be shoved anywhere. You know when like you lose the TV remote and you look under the couch cushions and then you ask your friend to stand up, even though they swore it's not under their butt, but apparently you lose all trust in them and make them stand up anyway? You know that? Well, yeah, it's like that, but 1,000 times. Yeah, didn't like that bit. Don't do that, game devs. Whoever makes these things, you know, just don't add any non-trackable collectibles, please. Next up were some simulator games, so I'll briefly talk about all of them, because might as well, just do it in one go. I did House Flipper, House Builder, Garden Simulator, and Power Wash Simulator. And probably something else I missed too, like Platinum Simulator. Oh my god, what an idea, someone needs to make that. I'll take a 10% cut, cheers. These games are honestly so addictive, they almost took top spot for me as most addictive thing when I was playing them, but sadly it was still food getting gold there. There's just something about them that's so satisfying and fun as well. They make regular mundane jobs just more fun, probably because you just sit behind a screen and use your fingers just like chads in high school. Power Wash Simulator was by far the hardest, longest, but also the most satisfying and relaxing. It was bugged when I first did it too, which is always a fun experience. If I do the trophy requirements and it doesn't pop, I'm getting a tub of Ben & Jerry's, so please God don't let it happen again. Garden Simulator was fantastic. It's about the most gardening I've done in my entire life, even though the only thing remotely close to actual gardening is the G in the RGB on my screen. Red Dead Redemption. Honestly, f*** that game. Like, it can actually go f*** itself. I know everyone holds Red Dead 1 to higher praise, but honestly, I don't see it. My experience with Red Dead was fun gameplay, okay gun mechanics, zero story or substance. I couldn't tell you a single plot point other than John.
Understand, but I found something related. Do you want to know why 0 Kelvin is not possible?
I couldn't tell you a single plot point other than John was chasing the old gang. They never had meaningful interactions to get an idea of the backstory. It was always just, "What are you doing here, John?" And then the old gang running away and telling their goons to kill us. We kill the goons, chase them down, rinse, repeat. So dull, honestly. There were a few characters whose names I don't remember who taught John to like duel and like do work or something, but yeah, I didn't like it. Red Dead 2, masterpiece. Not without its flaws, but still a masterclass in storytelling and character development. Red Dead 1, Undead Nightmare was a lot of fun though, but again, there's no story, but I wouldn't really expect one, you know, from a Zombies DLC. That's all fine and dandy, right? Like, I've had games where the gameplay was fun and it had nothing else, so why do I hate Red Dead 1 so much? The grind. The unnecessary grind. Just like when I platted Red Dead 2, yeah, I need to make a video on that as well. You have to collect the little flowers, the pretty little flowers and the herbs, hunt stuff and do challenges, and oh, there's so many. They have arbitrary targets that could have been so much less, and by the end of it, I was just left hating the game. Fight me in the comments, I don't care. No Man's Sky has come a long way since it released, hasn't it? It's improved so much, which is more than I can say for myself. I did get this as a pre-order when it first released. I was 19 at the time, and all I can remember is playing, finding a planet, finding a species that looked funny and a bit like a boy's private parts, and then naming it so excessively immaturely, and then not having anything else to do and refunding it. It was so bare bones when it came out that the best thing to do was calling a species Willy or something. Now though, it's insane. There's ship combat, there's fleets, there's more ways to fight, mine, there's city building and leading. Oh, it's so much fun now, honestly. The plat journey wasn't all that bad, honestly, either. It was mostly just playing the game and having fun. The only bad one was spending like 10 hours on planets that are super duper Cooper. No, I'm not doing that again. No, I'm not into recycling that. But yeah, the planets were dangerous, like you can't survive dangerous. Turns out you could just dig a hole in the ground, take shelter, and stay alive. So I got it that way. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, hack the trophies custard. Oh, Lego Harry Potter. These games have such heart in them. I enjoyed the entire plat journey for both. These were back when LEGO characters couldn't talk and had to use gestures and mimes to convey the story. It was so much more creative and charming back then. Standard platinum journey for these games, just play the levels, go back to get all the collectibles in free play when you have Harry and Voldemort unlocked, so you can do pretty much anything there is to do. Though the Weasleys actually had their own mechanic in one of the games, which surprised me, because like having 20 different spells wasn't enough. I had actually platted most of the Call of Duty games in the year prior, but in 2024 I got the Ghosts Platinum. Planning on making a platted every Call of Duty video in the future, by the way, so subscribe for that one if you're interested, you know, just to be fair, I plan on doing a video for pretty much all the game series I plat. But yeah, the Ghost Plat was probably one probably one of the harder plats in the Call of Duty franchise, though. Not the hardest, mind you, but the campaign on Veteran was easy enough. You know, there's checkpoints like every 5 meters, just like every other COD game. I do really enjoy the campaigns in them, as poor as they actually are in some cases. No, the difficulty here came from its extinction mode. What was the name? I don't know, something like that. It's basically zombies, but the Raven/Infinity Ward version. I get really confused with all the COD teams, but it's aliens instead of zombies. Most of the trophies aren't too bad, they're just grindy. A lot of them you can actually do on easy as well, but there are some more difficult ones, like extracting with a full team, hardest difficulty, like timed ones. But I actually looked out and found one of the 3 players that actually still plays this mode. Some lovely French diva who actually lives and breathes this mode, plus still plays it to this day, by the way, and basically carried me on a few of the trophies, so big up the Français. If Germany invaded again, I got your back, man. And by me, I mean actual men that are a lot tougher than me. Yeah, I'd do it. working from home. Dave the Diver was one of the best games I played last year. Pretty sure this was made by like a handful of people, or even maybe just one guy. Goes to show yet again that these big conglomerates like Ubisoft, who spit hundreds or thousands of devs on a project just to try copy the success of others, like X-Defiant chasing after Call of Duty, you don't need that. You just need a genuinely good, innovative, new and creative game, and then the success will come. When will they learn?
When will you learn? When will you learn that your actions have consequences?
So yeah, you dive you dive in fish for fish, if that wasn't clear, and then you sell them. That's pretty much it. You open a restaurant. By the way, this is my favourite bit. I actually found it so satisfying getting fake e-money from the restaurant. I just wanted to keep rushing back. There's also like a farm. You can plant plants in, and chickens for eggs, and you have a bunch of recipes. Basically just Gordon Ramsay the crap out of that thing. So addictive, so fun. Enjoy, God bless. Immortals of Avium was next, which got slated a lot when it came out. You know, there was no marketing, barely anyone played it, and then it got pushed onto PS Plus like immediately after it came out. I loved it. I'm saying it. I loved it. The gameplay was super fun, the visuals were amazing, and I really liked the characters and story. The characters and story were admittedly very cliche and predictable. I won't spoil anything, but I saw all of the big twists coming, but I don't personally think that's necessarily a bad thing, as long as the protagonist's journey is believable and well crafted, in which this case I think it was. If you do have this in your library from PS Plus, I do recommend it, and the trophies are a cakewalk too. Oh, cake. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was one of the most beautiful games I have ever played. Sure, it was plagued with the usual Ubisoft open world crap like bases to capture across the map, collectibles, minigames spread out everywhere, but genuinely, this game looked absolutely beautiful, and it really does make you feel like you're in an Avatar movie. That's not an exaggeration at all. Like, just look at this thing, man. My god, I think I could cry. Again, that voice break too. As I said, it's full of the classic Ubisoft open world things, but it does do a great job at camouflaging them as Pandora things. I didn't feel like I was playing a reskin of Far Cry, it did feel like its own thing. My main complaint about the game was just weapon variety. It was worse than poor, it was goddamn homeless. You had a shotgun and assault rifle for the human weapons, and then a bow and a spear for the Na'vi weapons. Would have loved maybe like a crossbow, you know, a few other Na'vi weapons, and then maybe a suppressed pistol late game, and a sniper, because stealth is difficult in this game. Maybe I'm just dog, I don't know, but you have to use the bow or it's a no-go.
Prove to yourself that you have the strength and the courage to be free. Join the Helldivers.
Ooh, Helldivers 2. Needs no introduction, really, does it? It was pretty poor when it first came out, and I stand by that. The only thing that made it worth it back then was laughing about it with mates. Once they sorted the shit out, though, this game was an absolute banger, and the trophy list is pretty simple, too. Just a few that need like a random, but the rest can be done solo, which is what I did. I'll probably do a video on this at some point, so I'll probably save most of what I have to say about it for that, and move on to the next one. But obviously, you know, subscribe if you want to see that video, man. Viewfinder was such a unique experience that I platted it twice too, of course. You know, I'm not here to mess around. The pillar purpose of this particular puzzler is to take pictures with a Polaroid and then use the printouts to place into the world to get around walls, duplicate batteries, you name it. It's about as short as Tom Cruise, but it's jam-packed full of uniqueness and variation, just like his movies. Yeah, I'm not sure if that works. I'll let you be the judge though. Marvel's Avengers was a game. No jokes, like, it was actually so fun. Like, I put this game off for so long because of what other people had said about it, and I'm sure it was in a worse state when it released, but when I played it, whoo boy, I couldn't put this shit down. Of course, it helps that I'm a huge Marvel stan, because I don't know if it would have been about as enthusiastic if it was like robots or Concorde characters. The stories are true about the plot though. this bitch a grand and a half, and then another half, and then times by 50 because you got to do 50 hives, and the hives are 5 floors each of Lot of Combat. But I enjoyed the first 40-ish of them, so honestly I don't mind. Shout out to my gal Jane Foster, most fun character in the game, by the way. Thor's obviously similar, but he had a different ult, so, you know, it was Jane. Bucky was a lot of fun too, well, you know, pew pew. And another one that heavily relies on gameplay, to be honest, this one. The story is okay, and has some big names in there, you know, like Troy Baker and Nolan North. Have they made up yet, by the way? If you're a Marvel fan, give it a try. It's like 60p at your local charity shop by now, surely, so why not? What's stopping you? High on Life was absolutely hilarious. I get how the guy can get on some people's nerves, but I really enjoyed the comedy in this one. Everything from the way they went about the story and how the characters interacted with each other, all the way to the random comments your gun made about you when it was just the two of you wandering the lands. Pure comedy bliss in my eyes. Again, if you don't like Rick and Morty, you might hate it. Oh, sorry, did I forget to mention, it's the Morty voice actor who voices the main gun, and I think he like wrote the game or the story or something. But yeah, I haven't actually ever watched Rick and Morty, but his humour is my humour. But for you, it may be a tumour. So, you know, do your research, kids. Oh, Alan Wake 2. I mean, come on, man. This game is just a masterpiece. It's so unique, and you can tell they're allowed to do just whatever they want, like, creatively. After playing this, me and my fiancé couldn't stop listening to Herald of Darkness for about 2 months. Still listen to it now, you know, it's an absolute banger. The collectibles were a bit nicer this time round, since it's sort of open world. It's like that semi-open world that God of War Ragnarok and Uncharted 4 Lost Legacy went for, where it tries to trick you into thinking it's an open world, but it's actually pretty linear. But as long as you don't progress too far, you can go back for collectibles. There's also a scuffed chapter select that a 7-year-old put together in IT class, but we forgive and forget because Alan. This game will also test the fan speed of your console or PC, by the way. It's a great durability tester, hands down the best I've seen since Rainbow Six Siege on PS4. Dredge is pretty similar to Dave the Diver in some aspects. You drive your ship around this time instead of diving, shocking, but you want to fish in the daytime because at night time it becomes as scary as Dying Light does, where you actually generally poop your pants. Okay, maybe not that bad on Dredge, but there is a setting for babies. I used it here and there, to be fair. Don't judge me or I'll throw you in a dragon lair. Super addictive yet again, though the trophy for getting all fish is a pain and a slog and a grind, and I did it twice again, didn't I? Yep. What the f*** is wrong with me? Funny side note here, I actually put 3 question marks in the script, even though that wouldn't come across in the video, but it is now though, because I'm a genius! Next question. SpongeBob SquarePants, Cosmic Shake. Yeah, don't judge me for this one. If you think I'm too old for SpongeBob, then you're just a stupid, stinky Squidward sausage. SpongeBob was my childhood, and reliving my childhood in the numbered days I have left is what brings me happy. No, I'm joking. That got real dark real quick, didn't it? But really, really enjoyed this one. Literally no bad memories of this one. You know, nothing missable, nothing difficult. The art style is beautiful, and it just feels like you're in the SpongeBob universe. Let's get it in the metaverse. Hi, I'm Mike Zucky Sucky, and I'm here to tell you about the Sponge MetaQuest 5, the Platinum Collection. This experience will rejuvenate your inner child, bring happiness to your life, and relax and de-stress your entire body. Part of the Meta Facebook Meta eWorld. Buy today, only $999.999. Moving swiftly on from that, I actually didn't script that bit. Old Zuckerberg just took over my body through my Instagram account. Sorry about that. Speaking of decision-based, story-driven walking simulators, because that's a segue, Man of Medan and Little Hope were 2 games from the Dark Anthology series, those behind like Until Dawn, The Quarry, that I platted for the second time. Love those games. Man of Medan had the best story, I feel, but Little Hope had the best twist and, of course, Eyebrows Kid. Did them both again from scratch, which was much easier the second time round, because I knew what I was doing when it came to the complex spiderweb actions and consequences style gameplay, which is beautiful, by the way. So I really enjoyed doing these again. Need to finish House of Ashes and start Devil in Me though, and then I can make a plat for that series video too. Again, if that interests you, you know you like my humour, editing style, pop a like, comment, but most importantly subscribe, because I am just starting out here on my second channel. 4 plats, and I'd love the support. Anywho, after killing off about 50 characters across 10 playthroughs there and selling my soul for a YouTube plug, I now had enough Horcruxes to tackle Hogwarts Legacy. Boy, does that plat make any comments I said about collectibles in any other game look like a joke. There's over 1,000. Yep, 1,000. Thankfully you're never locked out of any, nor are there any missable, but that's insane. I did actually managed to get about 2/3 of them when I played the story though, because I was Revelioing the shit out of every single room, tavern, house and crevice I could find. But even then I still needed a good several hundred more. Ah, the life of a trophy whore. The game was fun. It's pretty mid, like the story was, you know, I could miss it. The characters are okay. After having the main Harry Potter franchise story be as spectacular as it was, average was just always going to look bad here. The combat and wand mechanics were pretty amazing though, I thought, even allowing me to Havana Kedavra people, and I don't give a who judge me in that game. I am slapping a Hufflepuff if they tell me one more time that they are better at me than books. Overall, the plat journey was pretty horrendous, and if it wasn't a good IP, similar to like with Avengers, I think I would judge it a lot more harshly, to be honest. But I enjoyed it. Gree. Ah, Glee. What a beautiful game and relaxing journey. It's one of those artsy type games, which, believe me, isn't slating it in any way. It's not pretentious, it's stupendous. That means good, by the way, like really good. It doesn't mean stupid. I have a GCSE in English, and don't challenge me. There are some collectible and miscellaneous trophies, but it's that short that a blind playthrough first is the best way. It also has a sequel of sorts, you know what I mean, called Neva, which is out now. Not sponsored, by the way. I have 1 subscriber when writing this, on this channel anyway. Check out the other ones if you are interested. Such a relaxing and moving platinum though, this one, which is honestly rare to see these days on a genuinely good game. So I definitely do recommend, if you're wanting an easy plat, a chill plat, relaxing plat, Chris Pratt. And then the next one after this, as we were getting towards the end of the year, was Astrobot. Yeah, Astrobot. Right around the time that my birthday came. What a birthday present that was to myself, Astrobot. So I was always going to get this and play it, and that I did. My god, what a game. Gonna need a video for itself on that one, which I will be doing anyway if you just let me explain, right? Just let me explain. Oh god. Right, I platted Astrobot. Then I thought, I've got like 25, I'm not going to do that the entire time, don't worry. I had like 24, 25 plats left to get to the big 500. Yeah, I nearly have 500 platinums on this account. But yeah, I had like that many left, and I just platted Astrobot, and I thought, you know what? There's that bloody A to Z challenge, isn't there, for doing platinums? So this was my first in a series of A to Z platinums. I'm gonna have to skip one because I do have plans for my 500, and it's actually 25 between, not 26, so 1 letter of the alphabet's gonna have to make a cut. But honestly, that's good because some of these letters are very difficult to get a good game on, you know, without scraping the barrel on the store. So yeah, I did Astrobot for the letter A, and I'm going to make another video just outlining the A to Z Platinum series, which will be coming soon. So if that does interest you, again, I know I've said a few times now, and if you have made it this point in the video, thank you so much, by the way. Like, I highly doubt anyone's going to get this far in because it's going to get like 4 views, and yeah, okay. But yeah, anyway, on a positive note, if you did, thank you so much, and be sure to subscribe because I am going to be making an A to Z Platinum series where I'll make a video for each letter of the alphabet, as I've platted a game for each one. Oh, well, I haven't done it yet, but, you know, I'm going to be. And then that'll be leading up to 500, which I have a particular game for, which I'll get a video for too. So yeah, that's 120... 120? No, I'm lying. 112 plats in 2024. Wow, obviously I haven't gone over all of them. There are a lot of, you know, lesser plats. Again, I don't really care. Like, I like playing games. I don't care. You've probably seen what my PSN is. You can check what plats I have if you really want to, if you're that obsessed. But you know, that's some of the more notable ones, the more proper games, I suppose. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the, you know, editing style, the comedy. I try. God, I said I had a GCSE in English. Apparently I don't. I wrote a script for this, which is at this point 10 pages long. So yeah, that was a lot. So please do, you know, give some feedback on this. But thank you so much for watching. I'm going to stop talking now and let you get on with your day. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video, hopefully.